Welcome to the quarterfinals of the Admirals Cup. I'm Admiral Starquest. First off, let's take a quick summary of who's fighting and how they got here. First up in the lineup is our campaign player, otherwise known as the legendary Kira. And he was set to play Gut Booch, but mysteriously he didn't show up. Which it wasn't such a mystery after we found this video that took place of a game they played a few days before the tournament. And it's quite exceptional. Explains quite a bit. That's, yes, there you have it. Okay, we have not seen Get Booch on the quick matches, but he has been seen on the internet. And I assure you, he's doing just fine. Just fine. See, he looks good. He looks real good. So then, campaign player shall face off against Vicious Kid, who eliminated Kano Monster and two very intense mechanized melees in the opening rounds. Black Templar, who defeated B-Loser in two grueling matches, shall face off against DM Raider, who defeated Baron 15 in two very quick but very intense infantry bouts. They're great to watch. Love those. AOD Gaming, after defeating his longtime friend and rival Critical Meds, will face Peasy, who defeated Taigyo after a grueling 3-round match. And the final matchup will be Rashnagar 206, who after defeating Bronze Panic, will now face Sushialicious, who powered his way through Uncle DJ. So without further ado, let's get to our first match. Kira versus Vicious Kid. The map will be Quarry, so this should be exciting. Alright, standard deployment from Kira. I love saying that. Just love it. Kira. Both have dropped their yards in place. Looks like Vicious is moving up quickly to get infantry out and get a quick jump on the recon. Kira moving more conservatively, which is great. You know, on Quarry here, you have a lot of time. There's great choke points. This is going to always be a tough thing to get through in the infantry beginning because they have a lot of distance to travel. And it's very easy to, as you can see, put a picket line up. So both are doing traditional scout push-outs, fan recons. Octopus in it, as I like to say. Just made that up. They will soon make contact. Have a hauler down, 2 haulers, 3 haulers for Vicious, wasting their time. Haulers for Kira. Kira hitting Vicious's picket line. It looks like Vicious is going to get through a good part of the expansionary spot here, so he's on home at. He's got the slightly better view at the moment. Kira holding back. As you can see up there on the mini-map. Alright, we have airstrips down. Kira snaking right out to the center. Vicious moving his base southbound. Alright. Buggies on the field. Kira is moving south. See what can be done with 3 buggies. Vicious loves those buggies. He's going to mass those up. He's He's extremely talented with those. It's going to always be a challenge to handle his field maneuvering and just rapid calculations. But Kira is a master of micromanagement, so this goes macro. It's going to be a very tough game. We have some contact in the south there. Kira now expanding over to the left side of the map. Vicious Kid looking to get situated here and get a lot of hauling. He's going definitely trying to make up the economic advantage. There's a big overmatch there. Vicious bringing down some buggies in there. Kira will reinforce that. See if that hollow makes it out. It's not going to last, but that's good. He has 3 there. That could be promising. That was tough, though. Ouch. He lost a hollow on that one, so. And buggies. Kira withdrawing, regrouping. Vicious gonna keep this door closed. Get resituated with the turret. I like it. That will have a effect on his production because it's slowing down his refineries as well. These passes here should be interesting. Vicious looking for some soft targets. Get some raids in here. Knows he's a little underhanded, so he's going to pull back. Now, Kira is moving in with bikes and buggies here. And also, if you see that, he's just, let's take a look back here. Well, he's pressing the south. Look what he's doing over here. He's got his reinforcement squad. Instead of throwing it right in here, he's just harassing them. Now watch where these guys go. They are going to move up north of the Vicious hold here. While Vicious is pressing, simultaneously, Kira is now staging. So as soon as those start to retreat, he's going to press the other way. Kira is going to look for the soft spot. He sees a power plant. That's interesting. That might have been a... Vicious doesn't normally build a lot of tanks, so that could have been a mishit or possibly maybe wanting to change it up a little bit because he knows he's fighting campaign player here who's, you know, got trikes as well as buggies. Both sides keeping it tight. Slight skirmish here for the southbound. Well, the second airstrip is now up, middle map for Vicious Kid. You see there's some movement there on the left in the mini-map. We have Kira not pushing against those turrets, but setting up a defensive line as he expands his Tiberium refineries over there. And now look up here, that northern force, he withdrew it, pulling units off of the south, and then he's going to regroup it. So staying out of turret range, just letting his defensive wall hold. Now this is where Vicious, I expect, will start to mass up. He's got an overmatch, and he never misses an overmatch. He's got a blocker force up there in the north. He is going against base structures with infantry. Now there's Kira's flanking force. He's going to take advantage of this. Watch this. Alright, so now he's going to strike down into the center. Well, pumping out a improvised defense as he migrates units down there. Reinforcing, but that's a big overmatch. So I'm curious. Alright, so Vicious Kid sees it. He's on it. They will not get the refinery. Alright, so meanwhile, pressing forward. Hollow escapes. He still has one refinery there, has some turrets. Yeah, he's massing up. Where is he going with that? He has a secondary force. It's now massed up. He's feeling a little overmatched. He's going to regroup. Vicious is regrouping. Well, we have Kira is now moving up. Another flanking force. Vicious is aware of it. He's expanding out to the right side of the map. Looks like he's going to try for a softer target, see if he can get in there. Avoid that battle group, find something to hit. Yes, he's going to attack the refinery. Kira keeping his protective south port. Now looking to trap and bog that unit down. Well, he presses heavy with fast-moving trikes into the right side of the map there, as well as taking advantage of this unguarded south. She's only got a turret there right now, so he's containing, well, attacking. This is what makes this guy something special. This is why Kira is a legend, and this is going to be the challenge for Vicious Kid here. Can he keep up with that? You'll notice that there's two very different styles here. A lot of movement, a lot of subterfuge going on with Kira. He's bobbing, he's weaving. He's making it very difficult for Vicious to really get his condensed, buggy warfare. And this is going to be the challenge he's going to need. Where can he consolidate? Kira's making excellent use of the terrain and the real estate there. Now he's going up and he's starting to... Oh, he's straight taking over. I didn't even see that. We might have to go back and look. The north there, he is now snaked out. So he's in position to possibly snake over and take over the two reserve fields, north and south. Vicious Kid is not being idle, though. He's got his base snaking up all the way up the right side. He's putting a defensive hold. He's just trying to keep them at bay while he gets situated. Both are situating, but Kira has definitely got his hauling out. Money is looking pretty good for Vicious right now. Vicious Kid has got plenty of cash at the moment. He's still holding that south reserve field, but Kira is definitely getting fixed in the north here. Reinforcing. He's keeping a nice barrier. So they're both hauling pretty equally at the moment. But that's key that Kira has that north field. He's now looking, if you watch the mini-map here, he's heading towards that middle. This light strike force. Looking for basic containment. Not heavy engagement in the north. Well, he presses the south. Going again for that middle refinery. Let's see how the south is looking. All right. He's got double turrets, but not a good press. Keeping Vicious Kid from being able to consolidate into one mass. In a macro environment like this, though, it's going to be very tough. There's a lot of, with that real estate controlled, Kira has a lot of options. He's basically kept Vicious Kid off his game, on his heels, not really letting him get any chance to group without probing somewhere. Even right now, it was disintegrated, but there was a slight probe in the middle. While pressing hard, and his attacks are very, they're deceptive in the sense that it doesn't look like he's going all in anywhere, but all of a sudden you find that your combination of rockets and distance is not faring well for Vicious Kid here. Kira's got a lot more kills. Got a higher KD ratio, and he's now expanding into the southern reserve field. This is going to be critical. I mean, there's still time. He has resources. Vicious Kid, that is. But it is definitely a bad position. He's fighting desperately. Kira moving into his middle spice, or Tiberium fields, pardon me. The Tiberium fields there. Vicious Kid having to respond. Not being able, and because of these constant probes in the middle, it's making it very difficult for him to keep pressure on that north or even attack that north area with anything. And in this situation, on this level of terrain, Kira is really making great use of trikes. If you look over there, he's got an attack force in the gut, right in the gut. Then he's able to escape the buggies. That group is going to pretty much disintegrate, but at the same time, has kept him from focusing on that south, which is now giving Kira a big overmatch. He's got a Russian, and that's costly. You can see how many buggies he loses on the front end there. Kira expertly using all his civilians as cannon fodder and fire draws, getting the better of that south port now. Meanwhile, harvesting unattended in the north. He's got a lock there, so Vicious Kid is now going to try to rally and, get everything he can. He's got the north, he's got Tiberium, he's not out of this. He's definitely in trouble, though. Nice containment lines, very well laid out. It makes maneuvering for Vicious Kid more difficult when he has to run by turrets and rocket fire from the bike. Kira is harassing hollows. There's a lot going on here. Vicious trying to get grouped up. He hasn't been able to actually make a consolidated use of his buggies like he normally does. He's looking for some place, but this is where the position in the terrain is going to be key. Kira sees him moving, presses immediately on his south flank, causing congestion. He's just isolating on both sides, picking off stragglers, whittling down Vicious Kid, who's trying to maneuver and get a big grouping where he can break through, concentrate fire, do what he likes to do. Kira's just not allowing that. Constantly pressing his weak points. It's causing Vicious. I like that. It was interesting. He had a hollow there. So he's got this northern group on containment. He's getting a good, solid kill ratio. Well pressing. Spreading thin that mass of buggies. Using topology as his primary. Now he's going to bottle them up here, well pressing the south. Attack the hull and keep the economic edge while he has both of the reserve fields. Oh, and look at this. Look at this. He's already if you look at this, he's got the long range the long range rockets here. This is just devastating. That group there's nothing making it through there. So he has containment north. He's in the south middle. And let's go back and look. This is brilliant because he has him contained. He knows what he's going to do. Even at this point, we look at his orders, all right? So this group is going to collapse in the center here. And this group is overwhelmed but completely contained. He knows the Vicious Kid is going to mass. He knows basically he's going to seek the middle. So he sends this group in to bottle him down. Meanwhile, he's collecting. He knows he's going to have enough to trap him in there. Eventually, he's going to draw him right into it, while keeping everything else contained at the same time. This offensive they're doomed. They're just doomed. They have no chance. They're taking fire from all sides as they try to figure out which way to go. In either case, it doesn't matter. They're going to get just annihilated here. That was a brilliant trap. Very, very tough. Very tough. Vicious Kid is great with those buggies and those consolidated massing attacks. He's got a great feel for it, but Kira has just kept him completely on a leash. He's just not letting him have the time or the areas. And it's odd because, the style he plays in is so illustrious. You don't even realize you've just been, pressed on that side again, and you've got to withdraw. He's disrupted your attack by the constant pressure. Kira wins. So, yes, that's that. Hold on. All right, so moving along to the second match now, which the field will be heavy metal. So we begin our second bout. I'm excited. This has been a very intense matchup so far. I really like it. We'll see what kind of adjustments Vicious Kid is going to make. So Vicious will just place down in place. Kira will move slightly to the left. There. Vicious looking to get scouts out early. Kira doing the same. It's a smaller map. So that plays a big part in the building order here. Have a bit of an infantry duel coming up, I think. Alright, they're passing each other in the middle. Kira sees that picket line right there on that front line. Showing up the left side. Some fuego dueling in the middle. Campaign. Single infantry up the left, or I mean up the right. They're getting a good feel where each other aren't, so neither moved into the center or did any super aggressive field positions, so they're already both making adjustments. Now, of course, Kira is going to have a very dynamic probing. Oh, see, he's there. He's starting his trikes, so he's going for speed. They're on the move. Vicious Kid will probably go with his mass buggy consolidation group. We'll see how this plays out. Alright, taking a look back. So, here's the starting units being built. Vicious Kid is going with buggies. Kira is working out a lightning strike group. Moving to the right. Vicious is moving to the center for grouping. Or maybe probing. Let's see. He's going for the probe. Kira aware of them. Yep, he's already targeted them. Now he's got 4 on the field. He's going to eliminate the scouts. Vicious moving more buggies south. But Kira cut those 2 buggies down just straight out. So he's going to start trying to form up there. Kira moving to the left of the map to group up. He's got a very lethal, fast-moving group there. He sees the buggies, cuts back to the north. Look at that string. Now Vicious is all strung out. This is going to be straight for the jug. Yep, there he goes. There he goes. You can see it. All right. So he just scouted that out as he went. He knew it was based. Let's go back and look at this again. This is going to be a critical moment in the match. Kira groups up. He's got all trikes. Vicious is trying to get his buggy group, but he's over here on the right of that ridge. But Kira comes in, as soon as he sees them, he cuts back north, leaving them. Now they've got to travel back, and they're a slow-moving unit, so there's no way they're going to catch him. Once he locates the yard, that's it. He's going to hit and move until that yard is dead. By the time the buggies get there, it'll be too late. Let's see, does he sell? Yes, he looks like he sold. Yes, he's got the money there, so he got that off, but now he is crippled, and now he is at a severe disadvantage. From this point, what he's going to be looking to do is group up in the middle there and break through. Just get a breakthrough. He's got to counter that action there. He can't let Kira just migrate out and snake out all over the map and overwhelm him with a basic attrition. But here's what happens though. He knows he wants to group up, he knows he wants to break it, but Kira still has 3 trikes left, which have moved to the left and now are striking back, and that is causing a major disruption in the grouping and the attack. So what's happening here is this group now on the left, Kira has lined up into a nice defensive formation, and Vicious Kid is now got a whole different factor. He's pulling his trikes back. Vicious Kid is trying to consolidate. As you see, he sells this turret here. Watch this. He sells that turret and then just systematically wipes the infantry out while pulling the buggies back. Just brilliant maneuvering on the defensive, knowing that that push was coming, doing enough to disrupt it so it wasn't as effective as it could have been, forcing Vicious Kid to keep units in the back and getting time for him to counter. So now he's moving forward. He's going to try to keep this group blocked up and bogged down. And Vicious Kid is trying to rally, but he's got limited. He's only, what it looks like he's down to 1 power supply. He's got a lot of money, but it's just not going to help him get units on the field faster. And if this becomes a game of attrition, long game, then Kira has the distinct advantage. So he's got to press. He's got what he can get as far as infantry. He's trying to maneuver them in, get them close, maybe start cutting down. It's going to be really tough because with 2 turrets. Oh, then there's the strike force. All right. That's the finisher group right there, moving up on the left. Meanwhile, he's contained these infantry with pulling his buggies back, keeping a defensive line. Replacing turrets slowly, but just kind of letting that work. He's getting them from both sides now, so he's got the overmatch there now. He's making his move to finish this game. This is the Admirals Cup, so he's not taking any chances. He's going to cripple them right here. This group is dissolving. And he's taking that power plant down, so at this point the production is slowed even more. So he'll counter this group here, try to stop him from consolidating anywhere, and then do the final press. Regrouping, giving nothing. He's got an amazing talent for this. Forming up in the center. Sees the advantage. Oh, there's a hollow. Let's just get that off the field. We don't want anything disrupting. Oh, fire. Vicious Kid still putting together a decent grouping there. He's going to try to make a go of it. Those are some beat up buggies on Kira's end, but I don't know. This is going to be rough. Alright, they're moving in. Kira's just keeping a nice defensive line, keeping the trikes on the hauler. And Vicious Kid says, alright, that's it. I can't even make a go of it. And there you have it. Kira wins. Vicious Kid is eliminated. What was a very exciting 2 matches. You can watch these rematches on Twitch TV, the Kira, which he will narrate as he's playing. It's a really good show. Get it before it disappears. So, moving on to the next match. We have Peasy versus AOD. And we're off. Alright. So it's Quarry. The Spiral of Doom. We have Peasy and AOD. Which way will the AOD go? Who's to say? Did he pick? Normally he does random, so he likes to be, a randomable variable that's hard to predict in his normal gaming. He could just as easily turn up as a Nod or a GDI. Peasy getting straight to work on the resourcing. And it looks like AOD is doing something specific here. His hauler has moved away from the Tiberian field. Is now scouting out for Peasy. Peasy getting his scouts up. But this could be helicopters. This could be the cheddar. This could be a cheddar assault. Now I don't say cheese because it's only cheese when you're doing it against lower ranked players that just can't equip themselves for such an onslaught in the quick matches. But here, the Admirals Cup. This is a very bold move. This could either be Swiss cheese or it could be Gouda. Gouda is if he gets the yard and is successful. 4 helicopters, that'll do it. Peasy rushing out the airmen here, but it's going to be too little. Once he saw that hauler, he knew what was coming. He doubled up. But he can't stop that, so he's got to sell it. So, AOD is going to try to turn this into an infantry fight for Peasy here. That's a lot of helicopters. He hasn't had much time and he has no hauling going on. Peasy, on the other hand, has 2 barracks and a good amount, 3 haulers going, so he's going to take a hauler back over towards AOD's base. Interesting, repairing of the helicopters. This is very rare. Very rare indeed. Here comes Peasy. He's moved his tech. Peasy's going as Nod here. So he's got flamethrowers. He's looking to make quick work of it. Sweeping away the Flamethrower there, squashing the other one, opening the door, getting that tech. He's going to make an end tech run. Oh, and he's taking a barracks. He's taking a barracks. Pumping out flamethrowers. AOD knows it's a desperate situation now. He might have made a terrible mistake here. This could go Swiss fast. Oh, he took the barracks back, though, after selling his yard. A bold move. I like it. I like it. This is an exciting match already. It's going to be quick. No doubt about that. Easy going straight for the oil refinery there. Will he get it? He got it with the hauler. Oh, that was painful. That could make all the difference right there. He's got a helicopter sitting idle. He's got to move those infantry down. Peasy is raging mad. Raging mad. He says, no, by God, you will not cheddar me out. Not on my watch. So he cleaned out that force, but there's some costly activity there. Flamethrower is moving up into position. A good amount. So AOD will go straight for a crippling blow. What's he going to go for here? Sweep out the rocket men, starting to take a little damage. Not a very effectual attack. And while doing that, he's allowed Peasy to get more flamethrowers closer to his door with limited infantry support. AOD is in trouble here. This could be trouble. This could be going Swiss and fast. Wow. Wow. Just flamethrowers. Peasy looking to make a vicious comeback. I'd say right now AOD has more helicopters than he can functionally get in, and Peasy's got money, so he's going to keep this pressure on. AOD is stuck with what he's got. This is it. If he can't make these 4 helicopters, I don't see how he's going to make these 4 helicopters. There's going to be, yes, look at that. There's already an air defense team's already set up. Air defense moving up the chain. He knows that his minigunners, that there's no infantry for AOD at this point. AOD contemplating his choices. Wondering if this was such a good idea. Flamethrowers moving through. The helicopters cannot possibly do enough damage. He's in trouble. He is in trouble. AOD is in serious trouble here. There are just a lot of angry little Peasy troopers moving up his way. Does he call it? Yep, he called it. That's it. All right, so first match goes to Peasy in a cheddar revolt. Peasy has taken down AOD, who rushed him with a very aggressive, very unorthodox technique. Coming in. Now, that's a sign of both, respect for Peasy's Iceman-like application of unit control and the need to keep it, strategic, to keep it where he can maybe get a win in really early by throwing off his opponent. Let's see where he goes from here. What adjustments will both players make? Peasy's going to definitely be thinking about, is this going to be a macro game or is this going to be a cheddar attack? He doesn't know. So, we have AOD Gaming deploying right away. Peasy moved up for the ridge of the trees there. We've got power plants down. What will they do? Already some changes here. Map, that is. What's he doing? Okay, he's going for it again. He's going to take that hauler and he's going to rush him. Now, is this rush going to look like the last rush? Lots of helicopters. No concern for the future. We have helicopters going. He's got some picket lines going up. Peasy's basically just doing a straight, traditional, as usual. Then he sees the hauler. He knows. He just saw this. He just saw this. His yard's under fire. Once again, there won't be enough time to get enough airmen to stop that from going down. He'll have to sell. He's back where he started last game. Once again. Now, will this go Gouda or will this go Swiss? I don't know. Let's see. PZ aggressively trying to get over there and make some adjustments. Again with the Wolf Factory. That was the repair yard. That was interesting. It looked like the helicopter just disappeared. Let's see what happens here. He's got a picket line established this time. They put more emphasis. PZ's into the base. Got a unit around the south side there. 2 helicopters. Now he's getting some production going. It's a smaller map even, so PZ will be on him a little quicker. 2 refineries going, and still has his yard. All right, I see one key adjustment here. He did not opt to try to work with 4 helicopters. I'm not sure what the deal with that was, but it looks like maybe he sold them. I didn't see them get shot down, so we'll have to ask about that. He's going to keep those incoming infantry at arm's length with his Apaches. He's opting for more infantry. PZ's got a excuse me, a hauler. Looking to clear out infantry, try to burrow a path. But it's not as effective this time. It looks like that's just not going to work. There wasn't enough infantry. The helicopter's just gonna set him back a little bit on in the process. The flamethrowers have already taken Tiberium damage, so they're easy prey. Though he does a good stop and shoot, control fire there. 2 haulers going, 2 helicopters doing a good job at keeping those infantry getting through. Already in a much better position than last game. Working with a yard. Wait, what's going on with that hauler there? Is he switching to a massive? Nope, he's hauling. So 2 haulers working. PZ's swinging around the south side now. There are pickets there. Trying to press from both sides, north and south. AOD maneuvering the helicopters. Neutralize the southern probe there. PZ's in trouble on this one. This is going Gouda. High quality. Costly. Try to just take it by containing the PZ onslaught while using the advantage of having his yard. I see just so off the back there. I like that. Keeping a constant pressure on the incoming while building up his reserves. Easy stressing to get out. That's a good amount of distance to cover. Very effective use of 2 Apaches once the initial base was crippled. This one could go against PZ. This one could definitely go against PZ. Fascinating. Anything can happen at the Admirals Cup. Once again, a double unorthodox. Double down. I like it. Easy doing everything he can to try to make a breakthrough here. But this doesn't take much for AOD just to hold. He's got airstrip now. He's going to have mechanized advantage. I think PZ's in real trouble. He's got no air support. He's trying to mix it up, trying to find a way through. He might have just discovered that was blocked off. With limited without rocket troops over that way, they move slow. It's just not going to. Nothing's going to happen. He's limited it down to the front north side of his base, AOD that is, and he's going to keep this contained. This is the Admirals Cup. He's not taking any chances. He intends on winning this. Very, very competitive here. I like the follow through with his unorthodox technique. Not looking for a macro game, but looking to put it in parameters he can dominate. dominate quickly. So this is gonna go to 3. Peasy's doing what he can here. He's getting good amount of units. It's just overwhelming defenses is not going to break through while being picked off from the air with mechanized units coming on the field. He can't really set up anywhere. AOD's not intending to move here. He's bringing in a buggy to start whittling them down before they get into the infantry line, combining with the helicopters. PZ is doing everything possible, everything you could do in this situation. He's doing it. He's even made a breakthrough in the north, but unfortunately, 4 units, 3 units, down to 2, 1. Oh, he did break through there, but you know, this is over. This is over. AOD has successfully Gudad PZ in the second round in the quarterfinals. All right, so we're going to 3. Exciting stuff here. Let me cue it up. Who will move on in advance? Who will be left behind? 2 great players. One orthodox, one using a very unorthodox technique. Let's see what changes and mix-ups they do here. What adjustments they make. This is taking a little longer than I would have liked, but yeah. Come on now, where's it at? You're probably wondering why I don't post-edit this out. Well, we like it to feel organic, you know. This is the 3rd and final match, so we like to build up. Let's change up the music here. Where we at? Where we at? All right, we're in. And starting round 3. Both moving up. AOD will deploy against that northern ridge there. PZ moving out more aggressively into the center. Using the tree line to cover his back, making it a little harder to get techs in there. I like placement on both here. Let's see what AOD does. Flamethrowers. He knows it's going to be close. Will he cheddar the attack? Alright, that hollow is just moving. He's going for some kind of cheddar. AOD pressing up hard. Flamethrowers connecting. But I don't see. Okay, so now he's in the base with his hollow. This is changing right there. Now this is interesting. There are no I don't see any helipads. PZ is pressing, but this was just a psych out. He just did a psych out. He used his hollow to rush PZ's base to make PZ think he's going for the full Gouda again. But he's not. He has just 2 refineries. He's going for more for production. That slowed down production on 1 refinery, but he's taking a chance here, hoping that PZ is going to over-amplify his air defense. Well, he's, you know, not going air at all, making those units less effective, hopefully giving him an edge. But PZ's been into his base, so... And now he'll go mechanized. Try to psych out PZ for the airstrike, and then mix it up. I like it. Again, unorthodox. Very unorthodox. He's got 1, 2 buggies on the field. PZ was definitely expecting an airstrike there. He's got rocketmen out defending his base. But there will be no rocketmen. There will be no need for rocketmen right now. AOD's got a lot of buggies building up there. Now PZ has his airstrip down. He switched over to minigunners. But the tactic did work in the sense that it changed his initial response, expecting what he had seen twice before in this 3rd match, only to find that that wasn't the case at all. And now AOD is looking for a way around, some place to use those buggies, exploit the advantage, and try to limit production. But this is where the Iceman's very cool, very calm defense systems come in. He will make use of those rocket men. They're actually going to come in handy right here. You can see that. He's keeping them in the back. He's spreading out his defense. He's got a infantry screening. Although this non-movement here, there he goes. But that took a little while to get on the yard, so we'll see how that works out. Will he be able to knock it out? Looks like he will. All right, so Peasy's forced to sell the yard, but he's mechanized. He has a lot of infantry. AOD has definitely done a good job. Let's go back and look at that. He's going for a push now. He's sold his yard. He's racking up buggies. He's moving down to the south while trying to mass up a big push on the north, looking to get Peasy to split up and find a place to exploit the overmatch. But Peasy very shrewdly keeps his defenses there with the rocket men, which are very effective against those initial buggies. This over here is stalling out. He's getting on it now. Peasy had to sell that, but he's concentrating his defense, keeping his hauler going. Getting a good exchange, but he's got to go back and look. Oh, wait, is that going down? What is going to happen there? Yard gets sold. And so did that refinery. So he's down to one refinery, which makes him vulnerable. I didn't see if the hauler went out or not. Apparently I wasn't looking in the right place, so... No, it looks like the hauler is still... No, the hauler didn't get caught in the mix. So here we have two good group ups. Peasy's screening with infantry. Picking off stray units while pressing. He doesn't even want to give AOD the opportunity. He's going to take the fight to AOD now. He's in. He's looking for some free shots. Regrouping, getting those infantry up. Also making sure he can angle from whichever way, because he can't let AOD slip through or get around him and take that hauling production out. He needs to keep building. They both do. About even on their production. Money looks like it's pretty even. PZ is setting up a nice line there. Threatening the haulers. Not engaging directly. Keeping the bulk of his infantry on the right. But trying to keep them out of range. He's pulling C. He pulls them back there. Letting his haulers work, or letting his buggies work on that hauler. He sees the overmatch on the up. He moves up. He's now reinforcing. AOD trying to keep a defensive line while trying to accumulate more units. PZ definitely has a better position right now because he's got infantry guarding his right and he's got good concentration in the center and threatening the haulers at the same time. So he can move that group while keeping the infantry and not allow AOD to circle around him very easily. AOD is just trying to keep a defensive ridge on so he can try to mass up. But PZ's kind of whittling him down as he goes. It's all going to come down to this little field here. So very different game. Very different indeed. Tightening up his formation. Both of these gentlemen are experts at what they do here. Easy holding line, knowing he's probably getting a little bit better on the production rate. AOD has a hauling disadvantage because those aren't great fields. Can't go too far looking for new ones. Alright, they're mixing it up pretty good. But PZ has the overmatch. That infantry screen has split AOD there. AOD had to sell that. He's definitely hurting for money and he knows it. But he's got very little left to sell. It's kind of like when the Roman Empire started collapsing. Oh, and there's an artillery piece. There's the downward spiral of having to pay the barbarian mercenaries in land and then not having land attacks, and then there's more mercenaries that you need to get paid, and before you know it, it's just going down. This could be it. This looks like it's it. Peasy's just got him under containment. There's nothing left for AOD. To wonder If he had been able to break through earlier with those buggies, was he not aggressive enough? I mean, it was a great dual-pronged attack. But this is probably why he went with the unorthodox cheddar attack, because he knew that this is what the Iceman does. This is what PC does. He lures you into defensive positions and picks you apart, screening brilliantly with combinations of infantry and base, and that is a wrap. AOD eliminated. PZ moves forward. Now to go to our next match in this exciting quarterfinals. Alright, our next matchup, Black Templar versus DM Raider on Evolution. The Zeus map, as I like to call it. So, seems DM Raider is already making some aggressive field position changes here. Templar is getting ready to he's just deploying and going traditional. This is a big push DM Raider's making. Templar expanding to the north, not realizing that this move has been made, so we're going to see what happens here. This looks like a fast, hard rush is what I'm thinking. Trying to give some type of decisive blow and take the initiative early.
Construction complete. Unit ready. Building.
He's seen him. He's screening.
Building.
He's pulling back. Big group of grenadiers growing there. This is going to be a shootout. Both have masterful control of their micromanaging. Making a nice line while grouping up a second group there. Pushing forward. Well screened on the backside there. But he's starting to get a bit of an overmatch. Oh, he just cleared out all those. And he has a big group of grenadiers growing. Only 3 flamethrowers to stop them. He's got a hole. He's in the open. Oh, my goodness. They're not going to be able to stop him. No, that's going down. Oh, not even a cell. Wow, that really caught Templar off guard. We'll see if he can recover. DM Raider has now sold his yard. 2 refineries, 2 barracks, and 1 power. Now he's pushing hard. Templar using his hauler there, trying to clear out these infantry. Draw fire while he regroups. He's on his back heels now. Ooh, there's another big group of grenadiers. Free. Oh, he's going to try to maneuver the hauler. At least not let it get killed in the refinery. And a decent stop there. His hauling is offline. But he's got lots of money, so he's not too concerned about that at the moment. Grenadier slipping through, getting in position. Forcing that hauler to stay on defensive versus going out and bringing in more money. Nice screen work. He's going to now use that hauler offensively. He tries to get an overmatch. See if he can make something happen here. Both men are in good position. Hauler's gone back. Feels he's got enough and he knows money's going to become important here. He's hurting. DM Raider's not doing so great on money. He's making some headway in the field, though. He's definitely holding for the moment. Even pushing forward a bit. He's using some control fire, but the Grenadier has better range. This is very tight. He's just streaming him in. DM Raider's basically zoning it out here. He's not going to take any chances. This is a tight match, he knows it. Both have 2 haulers going. Templar's done a good job at trying to recover from that disastrous assault. Completely caught off guard. Now here's something. We have a grenadier there, but he is in the blind, and then we have a flamethrower from Templar that's in the blind spot. That could become relevant. These guys are moving forward. He's trying to use control fire and get a spread there, but just making a nice zone line. And he's picked up some initiative. Now he's going back into AOD, but we still have that grenadier just sitting back there. He's still in the blind spot. Black Templar looking to press south while containing that DM Raiders mouth point. Got to make sure he's got this covered. It's a tight game. He knows it. He's doing everything he can to just keep a lid and gradually overtake him with Grenadier. So we still have that flamethrower in the back there. And now he has cleared the left side. He sees that one. But using this at the same time, he's sneaking through. Yeah, he's just not in visual range because that area hasn't been lit up yet. And he's on a refinery. I'm not sure. I'm sure he's been alerted to it, but I'm not sure if he's really focused because he's trying to cover this. This is something you can't look away from. Gets into the front door there. He can wipe out all his grenadiers and have an overmatch, and before you know it, 3 flamethrowers wiping through his base. So he can't let that happen. Meanwhile, though, by the time he does realize this, yep, there it goes. That's down, but it didn't look like I had a hauler with it, so he's still got 2 haulers going, 2 grenadiers, and now a big group massed up. 3 flamethrowers to intercept. He'll pull a grenadier back just in case. He spreads out nicely. Taking the field. There's another flamethrower. This could be critical. If he misses that could be game over. Nope, he's on it. He saw it. He's gradually pushing his way up further now. It's a very tight match. So close. 1 badly damaged hauler. 1 healthy hauler. 4 on 1. Look at that one landed. He's got some money. But he does have the advantage of having 2 refineries, so there won't be any delay. He's hitting that soft, weak part there, trying to keep out of the range of the flamethrowers. See if he can pick them off. Reduce his production speed. It looks like it's going to pull off. Yep, he got it. That could be the critical point, the turning point for this battle right there. Templar just fighting on his heels this entire match. Did not see that hard push. Rapid grenadier rush. He's trying to clear those grenadiers out before any more damage, but he's working it, 1 hand tied behind his back now. He's got money coming in. Like I said, he has the advantage, but he's not hauling us as close. That's the other thing, is his haulers have to go further. Meanwhile, the blue is just making his way around, triangulating on the very strategic. I like this. See, He's not going to try to take the barracks out. He's going to try to just take out anyone who comes out of the barracks. See what he can get up in the north there. Which then forces Templar to use his good hauler. Try to fend off these infantry. Meanwhile, blue has now got a 5 on 3. Got what's that, 6 or 7 on 1 now. Getting back into position, triangulating on that barracks, using the range of the grenadiers. Templar is desperately trying to fight out of the hole, but there's four that slipped through the net. 1 got run over, but he deferred that hauler, which, as you can see, the money is not good for that. But badly damaged. He got another couple shots on it. He did clear those, but he's still got that triangulation. He's got a guy in the north there. He's softening up anything, and he's building up. He's getting more and more through every time. Templar just having to play catch up here and requiring his haulers to do it. Meanwhile, DM Raiders got his hauling uninterrupted. Probably traveling. I can see it down on the mini-map. It's traveling kind of far, but let's take a look at this again. Let's take a look right here. Alright, so we've got one very critical hauler coming up in the north. He's triangulated on the barracks. He's got a loose... Oh, there's a non-responsive hauler. He stopped. He stopped. That could have been... well, you know, it's hard to say, but there's another group. It wasn't looking good for Templar before that, but that definitely did not help. He's doing everything he can do here, but he's down to one hauler, one refinery, one barracks. He's got unchecked grenadiers in the north and coverage on his barracks in the south, part of his base. Whichever direction, he's just having a lot of trouble. Coming out slower. By the time he gets one out, two more are on him. He's down to one hauler and he's having to use it as a defensive weapon to stave off these grenadiers. Now he's just getting overwhelmed. He's gonna try to, he knows he's gonna run out of money. Got 4 grenadiers, 3 grenadiers. Oh, he squished one on the way back. That was productive. He's staving him off as best he can. Not willing to let go the ghost. It's tight, but DM Raider's just eking him out. He's got the backfield covered. He's going to take shots. He knows that ultimately he can attrition him out by wearing down that hauler. Just eventually outnumbering him with the grenadiers. Now he's got a massive grenadier overmatch. A lone hauler. Very little money coming in, so not a lot of help coming from the barracks. 5, 6 in the back there. That hauler's beat up. No money. One wounded flamethrower. One crippled, near-death hauler. Desperately trying to get some money without getting killed. Maybe take a few with him. No, he's going down. Pardon me. That is a wrap. Alright, so first match goes to DM Raider with a very aggressive infantry push, crippling assault on Templar, who was looking the other direction and could not pull back fast enough. So now we'll go to the next round. Which will be Query. Wait, yes, I believe it's Query. Let's see, hold on. I could be wrong. Let's look. What was it? No, it's Monkey. It's Monkey. Alright, so both are moving. Raider is deploying relatively quick. DM Raider is looking for very aggressive field position, just bypassing that whole kind of mess of a start point. It's a very hard map to play for anyone. I myself am still trying to figure out a functional strategy. Alright, the infantry duel is afoot. DM Raider going with the GDI. Templar with nod.
Unit ready. Building. Unit ready.
They're making contact now.
Construction complete.
He sees him.
Unit
He shut that down. There's a good
building.
amount of grenadiers moving on the left there.
Unit ready.
Templar moving straight to the center of the map, snaking out.
Unit lost.
DM Raider taking advantage of his field position, trying to, you know, get full options while having the reserves in the back for the Tiberium.
Building. Construction complete.
Slight duel here.
Building.
Infantry group coming up.
Complete. Building.
Three haulers for DM Raider, for Templar.
Unit lost.
At each other, they know. Templar has a slightly better view of what's going on over there. As he's pushed up to the left middle. Templar has aggressively moved Flamers in. He's trying to snake out to that middle section there. Now he's got his airstrip down. It's a little exposed, but at the moment, DM Raider doesn't have a lot to go press that, so buggies are going to be there by the time those Grenadiers. Templar taking a couple buggies, swinging around the right side. See where this base actually ends. 2 more buggies over at the airstrip. Gonna probe that weak. Okay, he's got a machine gun tower up. 2 more buggies moving in the south. A nice screen of Grenadiers. He's gonna start trying to pick those off. Holding 2 up in the north. Moving 2 through the center now. Looks like they're going to group up over here, where he can get an overmatch. Buggies versus Grenadiers. DM Raider though is going to launch a very, very open Grenadier assault here, right on the north, which is a little exposed at the moment. He's only got 1 buggy there, but he has that. It looks like he's going to go for a flame tank. He knows the infantry is a problem. We have Grenadiers moving through the south. For a better position, and there's the flamethrower. Yep. So the outpost was strategically placed for the anticipation of a heavy. Let's go back and look at that again. So he's just got 1. This is a shootout here, but he's taking the rest of his buggies. He's going to get that overmatch. Meanwhile, this assault is moving up, but he has already anticipated a heavy Grenadier push. So he will pick those guys off. Get the overmatch here. This is all very exposed once those Grenadiers go down. Yeah, they're getting decimated. This group is making it through. DM Raider's left side has made it through to, but that is a flamethrower tank. It's going to negate that entire northern offensive. Now he's got a barracks in there, or a cannon knot as well. He's got the south pinned. Going to work on the refinery, which is going to slow down the production rate because the distance traveled. Oh, but we have a tank on the field. DM Raider is now starting to get out tanks. There's a flamethrower already on it. It's a little overmatched. It's not going to be able to quite get that, even though they fold like cardboard in the rain. He's going to go ahead and just do what damage he can. He knows he's got Grenadiers and a tank on him, but he's also working that south side. So he got that 1 refinery down. He's working on the other one. Draws the flamethrower, starts pumping out some trikes to deal with the tanks. This is intense. Let's see if he can't get some extra support there. He's got another one down. This is desperately going to affect, well, it's going to affect in a very negative way the amount of distance that those haulers have to travel from the south, making them much slower. And right now, money is key. DM Raiders definitely could use more cash. Then another hauler looks like it's going to go down. He's just naked, undefended. That southern group is left unchecked. Meanwhile, he's starting to rally up a anti-tank squad with fire cover. So DM Raider's going to send a tank and maybe a Grenadier down to see if he can't stem the south prong attack right there. Well, pushing. It looks like he's going to push north here. Yeah, I see movement in the minimap. Undoubtedly, Templar sees this. He is adjusting. He is consolidated. He's got a turret in there. Well, snaking out to the north. He's going to keep the money advantage. He's slowing down a little bit too. This tank is on its own. That's probably not going to make it. Now he has a very, very lethal squad here. DM Raider's trying to get the infantry out, but he's running into a lot of trouble with those flamethrowers all making it through. They're well covered. The bikes are just hammering out those tanks. If he gets through this battle with enough bikes, he's got a strike force. He might be able to get both of those war factories. We'll see. It's a good overmatch there. The tanks are retreating. But at this point, he's got 4 more. He's trying to group them up, trying to get some consolidated power. But yeah, that strike force is on the loose. He's now looking for soft targets. He knows he wants to keep those tanks off the field. That's 1 refinery down. Will he get the second? He's got the edge. I think it's going to go down. I don't see any way he can stop it there. Nope. He's going to stick and move. That's it. If I'm not mistaken, there's no... Where's the yard? DM Raider seems to be without his yard now. I didn't quite catch what happened to that. But he is pushing very hard. Maybe he sold his yard and then massed up those tanks. That's probably what happened. He probably voluntarily sold the yard, pumped out as many tanks as he could, knowing that he was going to lose that, and that he would have to make up for the difference. But the defense here by Templar is just outstanding. Those infantry in the top there, they're not getting in a position soon enough. The bikes are just hammering out the tanks. He's got infantry screening. He's sticking and moving. He wants to take the tanks down. Got a grenadier rush over there. Now, there's no yard for DM Raider, so these are the last of his tanks. Once Templars remove them from the field, he's going to be dealing with just infantry, and that's a lot easier to manage, especially since he already has the radar in place. He'll have access to flamethrower tanks. He's maneuvering it around here, swinging around that right flank. There is some type of activity on the left side. I'm guessing that's a grenadier strike. Let's see. We have 2 tanks there. We have grenadiers building up. And the grenadier force is definitely doing some damage. Definitely. Making his mark. There's a flame tank on the board. It was just enough to take down 1 tank, but here comes the flamethrower. That will negate those infantry. He's trying to pick that tank off with a stick and move. Using 2 buggies. He'll probably get it. The tank is trying to eliminate that to keep that group of grenadiers in business. That's not going to happen. The end of that melee. Templars up a buggy and a free running tank with no answer. This is nothing but infantry. This is the beginning of the end here. The flame tank is just going to be very damaging. There's no counter-offensive. Things are selling. This might be it. Yes, this looks like it's it. DM Raider knows there's not a lot he can do against that. His production's too limited. He gambled on that push and it just didn't go through. Templar's defensive parameters were excellent. He isolated the tanks and annihilated them. All right. So, Templar wins.
Control terminated.
Now 1-1. We're going to see the tiebreaker next. And let's take a look at what map it's going to be. All right, here we go. Both moving for better field position. Templar on the right, top. DM Raider coming from the bottom left. Templar will back up to the forest range. DM Raider going for a more aggressive center position. This is going to be a very tight match here. They're going to be on each other very quickly. Templar getting his scouts out.
Building. Unit ready. Construction
Got his
complete.
first refinery down. DM Raider getting scouts out, going double barracks.
New construction options. Building.
He knows this is going to be tight.
Unit ready.
And he is going to be GDI. Templar is going to go not again. Alright, they're already on each other. This is already
Building.
getting bloody. Ooh, look at that. We have a little group going straight for the yard that have outflanked. DM Raider sees it though. He's getting grenadiers down there. Will they be able to stop it? Yes, it looks like it's gonna be tight. There's another. He's moving his offensive. But, oh, look at that. The grenadiers have stopped firing. He has lost track of his yard. Oh my goodness, look at that. But he has successfully made it through with a big band of grenadiers. He is going to knock that yard out, but he's going to get the sail. Templar gets the sail. And I don't believe that DM Raider actually realized that he hadn't cleared out all those that there was one infantry left. Might have to back that up. Might have to look at that again. That is critical. Both yards down. Templar using his hollow in defense here. Trying to keep those grenadiers at bay. They're on his north. He doesn't have a lot. He's going to have to sell. Yes, that's right. That was fateful. Oh, I can just imagine the heartache on that. I can imagine the heartache. Now he's going, that's his only refinery. He's got three flamethrowers on it. It's too late. That thing is going down. He sees it, but too late. Too late on that. He will take that hauler out, but that still leaves Templar with a severe advantage of production and screening out. He's got lots of money. DM Raider has very little money. He's got the barracks under containment. He's got a nice flame screen going. There's only 2 grenadiers in the north and a big group moving south. This looks like it's over. This looks like the end here. Power's down. He's got an overmatch. There's no money. There's nothing. It is it. That is it. Templar will advance. DM Raider is eliminated. That was a heartbreaker. That was one infantry. One infantry. Cost him his yard, which would have given him a decisive advantage. So, moving on to our last and final match. Sushilicious versus Rashnagar 206. Just going to have a quick cigarette here while we queue up the next one. This final closing battle. Once again, thanks everyone. All right, Rashnagar versus Sushilicious. And I see Rashnagar is placed while Sushilicious is moving for better field position. Take the sweet spot on the ridge there. Rashnagar moving south with his base. Scouting out. Both very aggressive players. Expecting great things here. Sushilicious coming with his trademark GDI. The infantry duel is afoot. Oh, they're passing each other there.
Unit ready. Construction complete.
Trying to get a nice fan spectrum.
Unit ready. Building. Construction complete.
Rashnagar building out to the left Tiberium fields. Sushilicious moving backwards, but keeping an aggressive position in the center of the map. Both sides just kind of scouting right now. Ooh, there's a little death squad coming through. Let's see if this flamethrower, he's going to break off, see if he can eliminate him. Rashnagar now has an airstrip down. Sushi-licious going heavy on the refineries, looking to get an economic edge. Buggies are starting to form up. Sushi-licious going straight for the middle. Rashnagar responding by pressing that center with his buggies that are starting to form. Quite a long, that's a lot of, what's that, 6 refineries right now. 5 refineries. But not well defended. He's got 2 sets of, well, you know, grenadiers on the move, but Rashnagar with 5 refineries and still has the mechanized advantage. Let's see how he'll use it. He's going to attack those grenadiers. Put a nice spread out line with his buggies. Drawing him in, picking him off. Leapfrogging back. Giving cover fire. Rashnagar ahead on the kill count here. These are cheaper units he's destroying, so, but now he's got the overmatch. He's cleared the grenadiers. Oh, we have a war factory. Here's Sushi's tank attack. But, ooh, that's going to hurt. He got that with the hauler in it. Now he's starting to reinforce. He's light in the back. But he's got Sushi press. So let's take a look. What's going to happen here? This is great maneuvering. He's got his group coming into reserve. He's using those buggies very well to string them out, get the infantry running and the grenadiers running, and then pick them off. Then brings everything in to consolidate. Before Sushi can even do anything about it, he's got a flamethrower and numerous buggies, and that is done. So then he presses again. He's going for the next refinery. He's gonna, oh my goodness, look at that. Ouch. That hurt. He's got an overmatch, plus he's knocked out 2 refineries with their ore haulers, with their Tiberium haulers. Now he's pulling back to regroup. That is a large buggy force. But I see Sushi was not idle during this time. Pressing up the right side here, he sent a small group of grenadiers up. Sneaking around. Well, the main fight's going on here. Let's see if they get this. He's got 5 on there, unchecked. But now Sushi sees them. Nope, he's going to have that covered. He tries to spread out, but there's just too much fire. Meanwhile, Sushi is rallying up. He's going to try a different approach. Rashnagar with a hell of a lot of buggies coming through. Just a wave of them. He bypasses those infantry. Oh, he's looking for the soft spots. Yes, he wants to shut down the mechanized. So again, let's take a look at this. Sushi moves north, using the diversionary right flanking attack group to see if he can get better position. Rashnagar is going to bring his buggies down. He knows tanks are on the field. He's going to go straight for that war factory, which is easily going to collapse. There's nothing there that can cover it. So that's going down. There's some minigunners. Meanwhile, Sushi says, I've got to make the most of it. Rashnagar has already set up some trikes, but there's a lot of infantry. He's going to go anything he can get. He knows he's going to have that buggy group right back on him. Yes, and it looks like he's pulled those back. He's going to engulf this and shut this down before it can get anywhere. That tank's not going anywhere. That's over. Now he'll regroup towards the center. That's an overmatch. This is already looking very bad for Sushi. Those 2 refineries were critical. He's got good money, but he has bad position. He's overly matched, or over outgunned here, losing the entire center, and he's going to call it because he just has no response to that. That is going to be a wrap. All right.
Battle control terminated.
So, Rashnagar 206 wins that round. Going into our next round. Let's see what adjustments Sushi-licious is going to make here. That was a very overwhelming, very precise surgical dissection of Sushi-licious on that one. Alright, so the old Zeus map. Let's take a look. They're both backing up to the tree line. A little less aggressive on the movement, but that's a different map, so far so good. Sushi really likes to hammer out those GDI tanks early and just likes to put a lot of pressure on. He's very good with them. He's particularly good at combining the tanks with the grenadiers,
Construction complete.
applying pressure to his adversaries before they can actually do a lot to him. Rashnagar is an expert
Building in progress.
macro fighting, micro allocation of units. So Sushi gonna press with the infantry here. Gonna get grenadiers in early. He's got grenadiers coming through the top. He's on that refinery. He's got the flamethrowers outnumbered. But Rashnagar very wisely has a nice line of flamethrowers coming in at just the perfect. That's gonna break that group up. It's not gonna take it won't take much for him to solve that problem there. He's got his airstrip down. Sushilicious is trying to build pressure while building north. They're both snaking north. A lot of infantry. But again, Rashnagar has the mechanized advantage early in the match. He's only working with one hauler. He went straight to the airstrip on this one. Got his buggy out looking for trouble. He's going to try to pick those grenadiers off before they can get close to him. Isolating that group. He's got some infantry to go see what's going on in the south. Stopped that attack just fine. Sushilicious looking great on production. He likes to get himself in good position. So this is a very different approach. One's going heavy economics. The other is going heavy mechanized mobility. And he's going to attack the power plants first here. Shifting down, hit and move. He really wants to start finding a exploitable weakness of production. Sushi has switched over to minigunners, trying to fan them out, but here's more coming. But in the process of doing this, Rashnagar has kept Sushi completely on the defensive. Other than that initial grenadier assault, he's basically been trying to play catch-up, and now his yard's in jeopardy. Rashnagar is moving around. Sushi pumping out infantry as fast as possible. Let's take a look at this. Let's go back. There's a big group, but he's using the mobility. He's splitting them up. Threatening the yard. Loses some buggies there, but withdrawing nicely. Just harassment, engagement. A lot of micromanaging in this area, which is keeping Sushi off balance. Now Sushi's figures he's got that covered, but oh, look at that, he snuck through. Wow, we need to look at this again. So while this group is doing a seemingly full assault, Rashnagar has very little in his backfield. He's mostly working off of these buggies. He doesn't have a lot of production. But instead of going with high production, he's only got 2 refineries going here. He's going to drop down a radar, which is going to give him flamethrowers. He's making Sushi react to him by forcing him to play the infantry versus buggy game, and then he's going to say, bam, here it comes, check this out. I've got something for that. So one more time, going back, we want to see exactly what happens here. These 2 flamers are moving out.
Ready. Building.
I want to see is when and where he put the radar down when we weren't looking. 1 buggy probing, 2 buggies probing. He goes back. Okay, so he's held him. He made the refinery and he sold it right there. Or he made the radar and he sold it right there. So he had already done that. He'd already put the potential for flamethrowers in right away. He hasn't used them yet. He's still going buggies. That's just bloody genius. Look at this. Look at this. Quashes that group. He's going to make quick work of this. He's keeping that pinned. Goes after the power here. Sushi's playing catch up, so he's going to try to pump out a lot of minigunners. He's gone heavy investment on the economics. He has no war refinery to build his heavy tanks. He's reacting to him. That's where he sells his yacht. Oh, he sells his yacht even. By God. Now he sold his yacht. So now he's compensating for the lack of hauling with yard sales and just pushing through with higher tech. He's got that flamethrower in there. The buggy's harassing the yard. Let's see how this goes down. They're engaging those infantry. That might have been a war factory that just got dropped. He's softening up that. Yep, the war factory's there, but 2 flamethrowers, infantries, and a flamer tank. Oh, and he's going straight for the war factory. He's going to keep the tanks off the board if he can. Meanwhile, the flamethrower goes south. Everything converges on the yard that he's got left there. So that's 3 units. There's an infantry push, but flame tanks are all waiting to just close that out. So now we have... He did a good hold there. He managed to hold his war refinery, which is key, because now he has no yard. That's taking damage. He's trying to maneuver on both sides. This is pretty well covered, though. Not going to make a lot of traction. Meanwhile, more flame tanks coming in, trying to get rid of that. Will he be able to do it? That war factory's got to go down. We could have tanks on us, and that's it. The war factory is down. So now there's 2 tanks on the board, 4 or 5 flame tanks. He's got a picket line there with flamethrowers. Looks like Sushi's gonna have to make this happen with 2 tanks. That's it. That is all he's got here. Flame tank's going to work on the production. He knows that he's got to do this quick. He can't let Sushi build up even infantry. He's got to take whatever he can get. Keep the pressure on. With limited... I mean, he's just... Rashnagar has very little money coming in, so... But he has picked up some bikes here. He's going to pick those tanks off, and that's going to be all she wrote. That is going to be all she wrote. There's a small group there. There's a big group there, but Sushi's just knows it's over. He sees handwriting on the wall, and that is a wrap. Rashnagar 206 is the winner. Sushi Aloysius has been eliminated. And that concludes the Admirals Cup quarterfinals. It has been my greatest honor to host this magnanimous event with all these outstanding players. I can't wait to see the semifinals coming up next week, in week 3 of the Admirals Cup. Great show. Great show. Now, there was some concerns that maybe I was being too harsh on Get Booched and all that, but I say poppycock. Harsh would have been queuing up some clown music for that fight that got botched head.